Vaping is the closest thing you can get to a cigarette. And with Public Health England recently publishing a study saying that vaping is 95% safer than smoking, it's just another reason to quit. And on top of that, the average vapor saves up to £2,500 a year just by switching to vaping. Now, how do you vape? Well, vaping can be as discreet you want with a mouth-to-lung hit to emulate a cigarette, or as overt as you want with a direct-to-lung hit that just produces massive clouds. Like that. So with vaping and choosing your device, it's an incredibly personal choice. You can go for something like an entry-level device, to the stick types that you'll see most people walking around with. Now these don't produce much vapor, they're nice and cheap, and they're the closest thing to a cigarette that you'll get. Now with a mid-range device, you're introducing a little bit more complexity into it. You've got larger batteries, larger tanks, and the option to produce larger clouds if you want to. On the high end of everything, you've got high-end mods. These are simply for producing the largest clouds possible. But the downside to this is that you then need to learn a lot more past vaping and into basic electrical knowledge. You need to make sure you're caring of your batteries properly and that you're building the correct resistant coils. So now you've got your device. How do you start vaping? Well, first thing to do is to simply fill your tank. First, remove your tank from the battery, unscrew the base or the top, depending on what model you've got. Take your bottle of liquid and just fill it up until it reaches the top. Now here's a trick. To extend the life of your coil, just pop a little bit of liquid onto the exposed cotton or silica from your coil, and just make sure that your coil lasts a little bit longer. When you buy a liquid from any reputable vape store, you'll only ever have 4 ingredients in there: vegetable glycerin, propylene glycol, nicotine, and artificial flavorings. Now, barring the nicotine, all of these are found in your day-to-day life. Now, sometimes you do get problems with your tanks. You'll get a little bit of leakage, and 99% of the time, this is simply due to a coil being burnt out or misfitted. So all you have to do is pull out the coil, screw in a new one, and off you go. It's usually the problem fixed. But if you do have any problems, pop into another vape store and they're always happy to help you, no matter what level you're at. Now, with October around the corner and armed with all of this new information, what's your excuse?